Everyone in Brownsville has a story to tell. These are their stories. You're listening to Brownsville Matters, KXIQ 105.1's podcast show, where we learn a little about everything from all walks of life from the wonderful people in our community. Our next guest, we could call her a Jacqueline of all trades. Incredibly talented. She is a pioneer and leader of the women's skating scene in the Rio Grande Valley, and is also a proficient surf skater. I just learned this term today. And then I also learned she has a rare cooking degree or cooking background and is venturing into entrepreneurship with a granola company. Sophie Sandroman, welcome to Brownsville Matters.
Hello.
You blew my mind maybe 4 minutes ago by bringing in something that we thought was a skateboard, but it's actually not a skateboard. Can you show it to the camera and then describe it to our listeners who are maybe on the road and tell us exactly what it is, please?
So it's a surf skate.
Surf skate.
And surf skating is a completely different breed. It's not a skateboard. Surf skaters sometimes can't skateboard, and skateboarders sometimes can't surf skate.
Okay.
It has reversed trucks, and the trucks sway depending on how fluid you want them. Some of them just move. Some of them just pivot where you can play with your heel and your toes, and some of them completely turn around. So they're meant for carving, and originally it was meant for surfers, because sometimes there aren't waves, and sometimes the waves aren't sometimes you're not good enough for the waves.
I see.
So why not have it all the time on concrete waves? So you go to these are known for bowls. You carve. It's a carve board. They're known for bowls, and they're known for sidewalks, and it's just basically you can put on your headphones and pretend you're on a wave and then just go at it. The most important part of surf skating is that you can pivot and carve, so you can do more fluid maneuvers. So it's really fun, and I've tried skating my entire life. And since I was a teenager, I didn't get it. I didn't like the fact that you had to jump up and down. I didn't like the fact that you had to use your legs. I was a rollerblader. I was an aggressive rollerblader.
Okay.
It was fun. I used my feet, and they were free to go. I tried longboarding. I love longboarding. I love longboarding, and it was my thing for a very long time, bombing hills in Austin, Texas, and everything. But then I went back into the surf scene, and a friend introduced it to me, and I said, "Can I try it?" And it was just the wobbliest thing in the world. I'm like, "What is this?"
Well, yes.
He explained it to me just the way I did, and he said it's like you're surfing on a wave but on concrete. And I bought one. I bought a carver board, and since then I have been hooked. And this is all I can skate. And here, let me show you the trucks.
Yes, please.
So the trucks are
Yeah, what are trucks exactly?
these are trucks right here.
Okay.
These are the trucks. These are the wheels.
Okay, so
and
the
this
truck is like the axle?
Yeah,
almost? Okay.
basically right here,
Okay.
the maneuver.
Okay.
So these are the wheels, and this is the deck.
Okay.
So the trucks don't just stay stationed, they actually pivot and swivel.
Okay.
And imagine, as any skateboarder that's watching, imagine just going on the concrete and your skateboard moves around like this.
Okay.
This is perfect for curves. This is perfect for anything that's like sidewalled.
Okay.
It is the best.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can look me up online, or you can look up my account online, and you will see a lot of surf skating there.
Wow. So if we could bring it up one more time, could you tell us the story behind the stickers that we see on the underside of your surf skate, please?
So these are the Survivors. The Survivors are a local surf rock band. And yes, that is my group of people, and we represent each other.
Yes.
So the Survivors, I mean, oh my goodness, it is the most original. They do not play like, what is it when bands play other band songs.
Yeah, like a cover band.
They don't play cover bands. Brain fart.
You're good.
They are original surf rock.
Wow.
So yeah, you can have them in your radio, and it's basically wordless. Some of the words, there are some words, but it's just like, it's one of those, it's like classical music, but for surfers.
Okay. Neat.
Yeah, this is the 956 WOW sticker. 956 represents women on wheels. And originally it was just women. And now with the traction that I've gained, I have teenage kids. I have the older skate crowd is now, like they're getting there. And so I have the new generation of skaters, and we all have gotten together to make various events, and it's been really fun. So now 956 WOWs is about just the skate movement in Lower Rio Grande Valley.
Wow.
And then this is Fly Clown University. Fly Clown University is the group of male skaters that I like collaborate with. And they are like, my goodness, if you see them skating, if you see their posts, like they're doing the stuff that you see on magazines kind of stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, they're a group of really cool people. They dress in their little clown outfits, and they are just the most stoked skaters ever. They are the new generation of badass skaters. I'm sorry, can I say that? Okay. Yes. And here I don't have 77 Surf and Skate, but that is the other group that I collaborate with, and that is my best friend. And she is a female, and we both skate. She skateboards, I surf skate.
Nice.
So, and her daughter surf skates and skateboards and surfs. Yes, that is my sticker collection.
Wow. So from 956 WOWs, meaning women on wheels, it sounds like it eventually took on a life of its own to really become something inclusive, where anyone who wants to participate in the skating scene can find their niche.
100%.
Wow.
Yes. And we are organizing an event where we encourage parents to bring their children, and whether it's boys, whether it's girls, and we do have like not tutors, but like trainers there that teach children how to stand on their boards.
I imagine that's the first step.
100%, especially these surf skates. You have to have the balance.
Yeah. Do you have to learn how to skateboard before the surf skate, or?
I did not know how to skateboard.
What?
No. I have done longboard, and it's a little bit easier to pivot with your heels and toes, but no, you can stand on any board and learn. I think if you can use a surf skate, you can use anything.
Okay.
You can balance on anything. But if you can use a skateboard and you're used to all of those tricks, then you can probably maneuver on a surf skate better.
I see. It's like jumping into the deep end, so to speak.
100%. Yes. I have seen some skateboarders try my board, and some of them freak out and decide that they're going to hop off. And some of them end up doing skateboard tricks that I can't even fathom doing.
Yes. So for the record, this is my first time seeing a surf skate in person. So the underside, one more time. You said that the axle was called a truck. You said okay.
Yes.
So in a normal skateboard, the center of the truck is attached to the center of the board, correct?
Yes, but on a surf skate, it's definitely a lot closer to the front of the board.
Oh, okay. So besides the fact that on a surf skate, the axle is closer to the front of the board, there's also the truck itself is attached to a little pivot of sorts. And that's what allows it to move like a surfboard, but on concrete.
Exactly.
Wow.
And as a busy mom that does not live close to the ocean, as close as all my ocean friends, I have definitely taken advantage of pretending that I'm surfing on concrete.
Wow. Very, very cool, Sophie. So tell us about your origin story. I heard that you were born and raised in Brownsville. So what was life growing up, and where along the way did you pick up skating?
Ooh, that's a story. That's definitely a story.
Ooh, do tell.
Well, I was born and raised in Brownsville, but I always had an interest in extreme sports. My first love was biking, and I used to, when I was a kid, I used to jump little dirt humps, and I thought that was the coolest ever. And in middle school, I ran into the X Games on the television, and I was like, "What is this?" I saw skateboarding, where Andy McDonald was first, was fresh and young. I thought that was the coolest, and I saw dirt bikes. I fell in love with dirt bikes. So it was really hard for me, actually, in middle school and high school to find my friends. Because being in Brownsville, we know Brownsville people, and it's not so common for a female to be into extreme sports. I wanted to talk to my friends about it, but I didn't know who to talk to. I wanted to talk to, and then, I would resort to talking to guys because they related more.
I see.
And finally, I went to college, and I met a group of people that surfed, and I ended up on the island.
Where was this in college?
Here in Brownsville.
Here. Gotcha.
And I ended up on the island, and that's when I started my surf adventure. I got really into surfing, and then I was introduced to longboarding. When I was introduced to longboarding, I just fell in love. I thought, my goodness, I liked the concept of skateboarding. But when I saw surfing on the television, I thought, holy moly, that's on water and it looks freaking sick.
Yeah.
So I grew older and I learned about surfing, and then I learned about longboarding, and I thought, this is my opportunity. Like, if I can't surf that good, then I'm just going to pretend that I could surf really good on wheels. So, time passed. And obviously, I went to Austin. I went to Austin for a couple years to get my first culinary degree.
Ooh.
And when I moved back to this area, I started back into the surf scene, and that's when I was introduced to my surf skate. So it's definitely been an evolution from going from being an avid biker to being an aggressive rollerblader to doing longboarding for a long time with surfing in between the entire thing, and then surf skating. So it's kind of built towards surf skating. My whole skating and surf life. Yeah.
Now, where along the way did you start the 956 Wows?
Okay, so this is interesting. When I got back into my surf groove, I met a female named Autumn, and she had a son that was the same age as my son, and they were kindred spirits.
Aww.
They loved each other. They became best friends right away.
Yeah.
And Autumn and I became best friends right away.
Oh, that's perfect.
And it was just, we were together the whole time. We both discovered surf skating together, and we were both single moms. So before I entered my second went for my second degree, we were just surfing and skating whenever we weren't working. It was just like our life, and our children just played together. So we discovered surf skating together, and I got obsessed. When I get obsessed with a sport, I just forget about the whole world and just focus on that sport.
You lock in, as the kids say.
I locked in 100%, 1,000%.
Yeah.
And I dreamed about it. I would take like breaks maybe 5 or 6 times a day to go to a skate park.
Oh.
And I just at a point I almost lost myself, where I had to focus on the rest of my life because I just couldn't. And so my friend, she moved away, and I was very sad. But at the time I moved away, we ended up gaining traction where a lot of the other surfer girls wanted to start hanging out with us and skate. They had just opened the skate park in South Padre, and we were all just there, and we were all moms. We were all females. We were all skaters. We were all surfers.
Yeah.
So what better way than to all get together at the skate park in South Padre so that we can skate and our kids can run around? We literally created a cult. And then after this, we started gaining traction with the surf community, the males, and And we started posting, and people started realizing like, oh, it's the surf skater moms. And we just decided to put a page out there, and we started posting all of our fun times, all of our gatherings. And by the time you know it, we have a following.
Yes.
And, as moms, we all separated in our own ways because, some of them are some age, some of them are other age. Just life happens with moms.
Yes.
But I continued.
Yeah. Yes.
I continued. I never stopped. And at this point, I had gained so much traction where now I feel like I have a responsibility to inspire the next generation of female skaters and any skaters. So this is basically where I'm at. And on the island, they were doing this, I forget the company, the name of the company, but they started this Go Skate Day on June 21st. It's Go Skate Day. And 21st. It's also International Surfing Day.
Okay. So it coincides very well
perfect.
with surf skating.
And so they hosted it for about 2 or 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, I was adamant about saying there needs to be surf skate. There needs to be surf skate. It's not just skating.
Right.
And I guess they decided that they weren't going to do it one year. So my best friend and I, the one that owns 77, she's like, Sophie, let's do it. She's like, let's host it. Real skaters hosting a skate event, like the skate event of the year. I was like, I don't know if I can do it. Like, that's a big responsibility.
Yes.
We ended up doing it last year. We were the first female skaters. I mean, we were the first actual female skaters that hosted something. It's always been the guys. It's always been the guys. It's been the guys, the older crowd, but we were gaining traction with the younger generation. And we said, let's do it. So we did it, and it was an amazing success. At the very end, it rained. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. But it was totally worth it, and everybody loved the rain. It was like some added little drama.
Yes.
We had to halt our little competition at the very end. But at the end of the day, it was amazingly successful, and now we're doing it again this year. Yes. So this is our second year doing it, and from real skaters that skate, surf, whatever, females, which is basically, I think, the silver lining, I guess, or the attraction that the girls are doing it now.
Anyone can do it.
It used to be dominated by males.
That's right. Yes. Because look, I know, or at least before coming into this interview, I knew very little about skating. But if anything, just one name came to mind. Tony Hawk.
Of course. Of course. Legend.
Yeah, for sure. But no, it's incredible and very much needed what you're doing, especially since everyone is looking for those outlets, a community, those third spaces, and you have one that is outdoors.
Yes, of course. That's who I am.
Yes. Is it not safe to skate in the rain?
No.
Ooh.
No, your wheels will slip and slide. Yeah. I've done it before out of desperate measure because I just need to skate.
Yes.
But I mean, it's just with it, even if it starts sprinkling, as soon as that concrete gets wet, you're done.
I understand.
Yeah, you might as well be surfing.
Oh.
I mean, at that point. Yeah.
Right. Where are some places, your favorite places to skate around the Rio Grande Valley?
So in the RGV, my number one spot is South Padre. I keep forgetting the name of it, but it's the South Padre Skate Park. John Tompkins, I think. And there's a bowl there that is just prime for surf skating and any surf style skateboarder.
Okay.
That you will see me there, and I will rip. I'm that person that if there's kids in the bowl, I tell them to get out. Like there's playgrounds around.
Sure,
I gotta skate. That is definitely the prime real estate right there. Another good park would be the Brownsville Sports Park. People know about that park. It's probably one of the best ones in the valley. It's got this deep bowl. It's got this 9-foot clam. It's amazing. Yeah, like the clam is basically like a real long wall, and it's like circular. So there have been some old school guys that get on the very edge of it and then just ride through. It has like a street style area as well, and the street style area is pretty ample. So it's got both types, and it's just the perfect advanced level of skater area there, but also beginners can go. I would just highly recommend that parents know skate etiquette. There's one thing that skaters don't like. It's the fact that there are kids that go there and they play around, but the skaters are there to skate. They're fast.
Right.
And there's kids that, they don't pay attention to their surroundings. And by the time you know it, some skater's going somewhere and this little kid is in the way you don't want to hurt them. So you jump off.
Yeah.
If you don't see them, you hurt them.
Right.
And, the parents, they don't say anything. And it's like, there's playgrounds for a reason.
Right.
Although I always encourage children to get in there,
sure,
but definitely the parents need to pay attention and tell them, look left, look right, look straight. Like, make sure that there's nobody coming in the way. Obviously kids, they even have a hard time crossing the street, so it takes a while. There's another one. It's called Oliveda Park. That one is by Pace High School.
Yes.
And that one is pretty fun and really good for beginners. Everything is pretty low. Everything is pretty small. Yes. And there's a mini little bowl, I call it, and it's like a half bowl. And it's a really good area to learn how to get around there. So that is perfect. There's actually a different breed of areas to skate, and they're called pump tracks.
Pump tracks. What are pump tracks?
Pump tracks are my favorite thing in the world. They are like, it's basically like you're surfing. It's for bikers, mountain bikers, BMXers. It's for skaters. It's for surf skaters, longboarders. You go there and basically it's like an area. They're like snakes.
Oh, okay.
It's a snake. It's not a bowl. There aren't any little skate props or anything. It's just a tiny little road that goes everywhere up and down in little tiny hills and bumps and stuff. And it has a course.
Okay.
So that is like a dream for surf skaters. You just roll in there and you pivot, you carve, you just flow. So there are 2 pump tracks in the valley right now.
Is that right? Where are they?
There's one in Brownsville that just opened less than a year ago.
What?
And it's this is really hard to describe because it's far away.
Let's see.
But as if you're coming to when you're on the highway, you get off on Boca Chica as if you're going to SpaceX.
Okay.
All the way down to SpaceX. There's that last road, that Vermilion that takes you.
Okay.
Is it Vermilion or Indiana or something?
Yeah.
The 511 road.
Okay. Yes.
So you pass that road, and then you end up like halfway between that road to like the last part before you hit like the long road for SpaceX.
Right.
There's Brownie Road. Or Brown Road. Well, you take a right there and you go a little further down and there's like a really beautiful park. It's even got like water for the kids and stuff. And on the other side, there's a pump track there. It's the biggest pump track in the valley right now.
Whoa.
In Brownsville, Texas.
I had no idea we had this gem.
Yeah. Oh, I found out a long time ago. I was there for the opening and it's really cool. You see a lot of SpaceX people there because, there are a lot of people that they come from other places where they're used to this kind of stuff. And you see a lot of good riders there, lots of bikers, lots of BMXers. There's events there, and I definitely want to make an event there for skaters one day. But there's a pump track there, and there's a pump track in Harlingen. The Harlingen one is super tiny, but it's so small that once you pick up the momentum, you're flying through there. Mind you, you do get really tired on pump tracks. It is the ultimate cardio. You can only do like 4 or 5 turns as a skater and your legs are cooked. Yeah, you need to take a break. But yeah, there's a really good places. There's a place in Edinburgh that's really good. That's also like between that and the Brownsville Sports Park. Those are the two main skate parks. Lots of people from the Lower Valley like traveling to McAllen just to go to the Edinburgh skate park.
I see.
So there's little skate parks here and there, like the small ones, but the ones in the lower RGV is what I focus on.
I see.
The island is my jam.
Where in the island is the skate park over there?
Ooh, it's on the north side. So you enter the beach, you take a left, and you go all the way down, like right before you get to Clayton's.
Okay.
Yeah, like there, I think it's I forgot the name of it, but it's a red one. It's a red one. I forget the name of it, but the skate park is on the right side after this giant turtle. Building with a giant turtle.
So it's not very far from the convention center then.
No, it's nearby.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so that's the area where you said that's your favorite.
Yes, and that is where we host the Go Skate Day event.
Gotcha. And then in Brownsville, we have the one in East Brownsville before Boca Chica, and we have the Brownsville Sports Park and Oliveira. Yeah, of all the ones you mentioned, I definitely have seen the one at Oliveira Park. I go there from time to time to look at the parrots.
Oh, yes. Oh, man. Me too.
Yes.
They're breathtaking.
Yes. There's a big debate as to whether or not they're descendants of escaped caged pets, or they're actually wild parrots displaced from habitat loss in Mexico. But whatever the case, they're here in Brownsville.
There's a lot of them.
They're ours.
Yeah. Funny thing, aside from skating, because I love birds.
Yes.
And I saw a documentary on birds where on parrots, where like a lot of animals we take over their habitat and it's harmful for them, but parrots actually flourished on a human takeover. They can go on the trees and they eat people's foods, but apparently parrots are somewhere like they're not at the top of the food chain, but it's hard for other animals to have them as prey. Yeah, because they're up there. And I know there's all of these other types of birds, but for some reason I don't remember. But all I know is that parrots are flourishing from the human takeover. And now you see them more like they used to be out in the wild, but now they prefer being in a human habitat because to them, like, it's like a rich life. Yeah.
I can see that. They're very quirky. They're very curious.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for nature, obviously, but I can imagine them enjoying our buildings.
100%. And I think it's because like the grackles, you know, some of the birds here, they eat other animals, but parrots aren't targeted. So they're not at the top, but they're also not. Like they're just chilling with the grackles, like with the high preyed birds,
right?
Predators.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I cannot imagine, or I don't think I've ever seen footage or a photograph of, say, a hawk, a local hawk, feasting on a parrot.
No.
Or a parakeet for that matter.
Maybe they don't taste right. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows?
I don't know.
No, but it's absolutely correct. Ever since the mid 20th century that they've been seen here in Brownsville and other places of the valley, they've just flourished.
Yeah, now you see them all over the place. Any city, like that, you'll see a parrot. Obviously in the zone that they want to be.
Right. Sophie, tell us about your culinary adventures.
Ooh. Okay, so when I was 25, I decided to sign up for Le Cordon Bleu.
Oh, okay.
I took off in a tiny little 94 Ford Escort that had the ignition key hanging. It was hanging, and I used a flathead screwdriver to turn on my car. And my parents at that point said, "You're not taking that car." So we traded cars, and I went. And
where is the Cordon Bleu?
Le Cordon Bleu was in Austin, Texas.
It's in Austin. Okay, gotcha.
I went, and funny story, my parents were going to go to Europe that year. And I just dropped a bomb on them that I was going to go to school and I needed a couple extra $1,000 just to make it. And they gave up their trip to Europe and they gave me that money and they said, go get your degree. So the whole time I was there, I was like, I can't fail. I can't go back. Like, I'm known as like a crazy party animal girl. Like, that's what I was known as when I was younger. And my parents just gave up their trip to Europe. Like, there's a lot on my shoulder.
Yes.
I struggled to the point where at one point I didn't even have a place to live. I lived in my car, and I would take any food that I had from Le Cordon Bleu that we made. I would take it with me and I would eat it. And I would sleep in Best Buy when I worked there. I would sleep on the couch, and like it was crazy, but I didn't want to give up my degree.
No.
And sure enough, like I made it happen. I made it happen, and I graduated with my son in my stomach. That was cool. And then I moved back over here, and I did a good life in the culinary world in South Padre. I worked for different areas, and my last job was at FMB. It is a 5-star restaurant.
Oh, okay.
And I was the only cook in the hotline there. All of them were guys, and I was the only female cook. And it was a prestige position. Like all the other girls that came in were on the cold, and cold is like, you're just making salads.
Oh, okay.
In the hotline, you've got I've got pasta to make. I've got fresh sauces. I've got a whole dining area to take care of from the people that want the pasta.
But by that, do you mean by working the hot? Are you working with stoves, ovens? Is
Yes,
that what I mean?
in the heat.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, in the heat. So I'm with the big guys on in the hot
with the fire
on the hotline. Yeah, with the fire. I had fire, and I was super short, so the fire was like right in my face.
Oh my gosh.
So obviously, like motherhood came first, and I had to give it up for a little bit, and that's when I started surf skating.
There you go.
I had time. And then I saw this ad online about being having a plant-based degree, and I've always been very into nutrition. I saw it. I signed up for it. I said, oh, whatever. And they called me back, and I was just like, sure, why not?
Yes.
And when I got accepted, they told us on day one, like, you are the first of a kind.
Whoa.
Like, there was 160 of us initially, and they said you are the first 100 or so to get picked from thousands of people that applied.
Wow.
That for a brand new branch in the culinary industry. Before it was like I got my culinary degree with Le Cordon Bleu. So before it was culinary and pastry, and that was it. And they added a second branch, and the third branch, and that's the plant-based degree. When they told us that, and that we were guinea pigs for this program in the nation, I was like, oh my goodness. Given that I had already had a culinary degree and a career, my presentations for them were like above.
Right.
Because there was other people that were presenting just on a plate, and I had to have it fixed.
Okay.
All of my photos are like profile ready.
Yes.
So yeah, I did 2 years there, and I obtained a plant-based culinary degree. I was one of the first 23 people in the nation to get this degree.
That's incredible.
So 956 representing the plant-based chef. Got the paper.
Wow.
Yeah. So now I've ventured into that, and I do meal prep, and I'm inventing my own granola bar recipe, and I've basically locked it down. So I'm venturing into that as well with the 956 Wows.
Out of curiosity, are you vegetarian or?
Well, there's vegetarian, and there's vegan, and there's plant-based.
Plant-based. What's the difference between plant-based and vegetarian then?
So vegetarians actually do eat cheese and eggs.
Right. As opposed to vegans that don't eat animal products at all.
Vegan is a culture. Plant-based is an eating style.
Okay.
So vegans are like, they don't even wear alligator boots.
Correct.
They don't mess around with bees.
Right.
They don't support certain things that in the quote unquote vegan culture they're not supposed to.
Correct.
And plant-based is a little bit different because I'm not so hardcore in the veganism culture, but I do prefer to eat only plants.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I've seen people get really creative when it comes to making recipes that are plant-based.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is your favorite to make?
Oh my goodness.
And your favorite to eat?
That is a really broad question. I'm the type of chef that for the life of me, I can't make the same meal like ever. I always have to explore. So right now, as of now, my favorite dish is sweet potato. Sweet potato. And I add this plant-based chorizo.
Ooh.
I saute some spinach. And I roast some red bell peppers. And then I make this avocado lime sauce.
Ooh.
And I eat it up like that. It is delicious.
And that tastes like chorizo?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And my sister, that's not really much into the plant-based life, I was meal prepping for her. And she's like, dude, that was good. And I'm like, yeah, by the way, it's not real chorizo. And she's like, what? And I'm like, sucker.
Yes, psych.
So now I've got her convinced.
Yeah, no, for sure. That happened to me once at an Airbnb where I thought I had eaten chicken, but no, it was cauliflower that was yeah, it was served in a very specific way to resemble not just the taste but the texture and consistency of chicken. I was highly impressed.
Yes, there are some things that will blow you away that you're like, what in the world? And what you learn mostly, at least in the culinary route, is that there's the vegan food or the plant-based food that's got no flavor. It's just the concept of finding a substitute protein and adding it to the traditional food style. But the thing is that with those protein substitutes, you have to flavor them. You can't just put tofu in. You gotta do a process with tofu.
Right.
You have to marinate it. You have to let it sit. Sometimes you have to freeze it and unfreeze it. And the consistency of the tofu is totally different when you do things with it. You can't just put it in something and expect people to like it and say, what the heck is this? Like, you have to flavor your stuff. And that is one thing. That is, I think, a reason why people make fun of plant-based food so much is because the people that are doing it, they're doing it for their health, but they don't understand the culinary side to it. They don't understand the flavor, like that, the process, the cooking method. Like, those are all things that need to be modified. Because with actual animal, you already have the flavor there. You have that umami flavor. You have the fat. You have everything in that dead animal is what I call it. You have everything there, but a block of beans is not going to have the fat. It's not going to have the flavor. You have to add some umami to it. You have to add like nutritional yeast to give it that flavor. You have to have the mushroom powder. You have to give it the flavor to almost make it mimic an animal product. So I think that's where I see a lot of people call it rabbit food, because a lot of the times I go to a restaurant that's plant-based and I myself as a chef,
with a degree in that,
I go there and I look at it and I'm like, this is just not structured correctly. And I eat it and I can see why people complain, because it's like, oh, it's missing a step to make it taste better. So 100% definitely. Like, I would say if you're gonna eat plant-based, definitely dress it up.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. My tofu's never just tofu.
I completely agree. I mean, if you're going to live the lifestyle, which is perfectly fine, spice it up a little bit.
Yes.
Have fun with it.
The thing is that it takes time. It takes time.
I understand.
It takes so much time. And that is where I offer like people like, I'll do it for you. I mean, pay me. I deserve to be paid, like
you really do. You certainly do.
Like, I'm not going to do it for free, but I will make it taste worth your while because it does take a long time. So nobody wants to come home and be in the kitchen, except me, be in the kitchen for 3 hours every time that you come home just to be ready for the next meal in the next 2 days. So yeah, that's how delicate this plant-based subject is in flavor.
To your point, I think it was Anthony Bourdain who went to India, also highly plant-based country for their for their food. he was enjoying a bowl of curry, and he looks straight at the camera and he goes, "Listen up, vegans. This is how you do it."
Flavor. Oh my goodness. The Indians have the best plant-based food ever.
Yes.
You know why there's a difference between American plant-based, which I don't even know what that could be, versus Indian?
How so?
Flavor. The spices that the Indians use will just change the composition of anything. Like that is one thing that I did learn in Escoffier, where I got my plant-based degree.
Escoffier.
Yes. The Indian portion of it, I was floored by it because like all of the spices, like to make one meal you have to have like 30 ingredients. And although it does seem like this is a lot, when you put it together, as opposed to just adding powders from the stores, you use the actual herb and the actual seeds and the actual everything.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, what a difference. Like I ended up making all of those meals that I learned. I ended up making them over and over and over again because it was just like my son was enjoying the flavor of the Indian spices.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's the interesting thing. I've always been a believer that creativity is found in constraints, and they have the, so to speak, constraint that they view the cow with a religious connotation to it. So because they cannot get meat from a cow, they have to explore like what possibilities they have within their plants.
Exactly. And honestly, plants are medicine. Plants, there's a lot of people that, you know, there's less disease over there, or there's less diabetes, there's less of all that stuff, and they are eating on the streets. Like, I mean, the plants, I've always called them, especially herbs. Herbs are adaptogens. Adaptogens are basically plants that grow in very stressful environments. So when you have a plant like that and you take it in, it allows for your body to go through a process where all of the adaptogens in that plant go into you. So herbs, I think, are like the best that you can do when you're sick or when you're feeling bad, because the adaptogens in the herbs are what keep your body from, like, you're set on a cellular structure, keep your body from being so stressed. Like it's literally like all the antioxidants and everything that go through your body. It's natural. Yeah, the Indians have it made over there. Sometimes I want to move to somewhere else just for the food.
No, for sure. And then you pick that up, and then you adapt it to what you already know to create something new.
Totally. Yes, right? Moving from one country and then like really honing it in, and then moving to the next country. And by the time you know it, you come back to America, you're like, I'm better than you.
Well, that's also where creativity comes from.
Yeah, totally. I think it's just part of, I think you just have to explore the kitchen. Yeah.
Sophie, tell us about the granola company that you're cooking up.
So the granola, in culinary school, we made granola bars, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is so cool. But my granola bar didn't come out right. And as my chef said, like, this is probably going to be a really hard one to do, because granola bars fall apart.
Okay.
Like, if you try to make a granola bar at home, you'll see right away that when you grab it, it just bends over.
Yes.
Like, it has no structure.
Yes.
So I loved it so much that I said, you know what? Let me figure this out. So, like, aside from school, aside from everything, I had this granola thing in my head.
Yes.
I'm like, no, I need to figure out how this granola bar is going to stay granola bar.
Yes.
So I was obsessed with that for a year. So I just ended up, as any true scientist or chef would do to perfect something, I just played around with the ingredients. I played around. What if I do this? What if I don't do this? What if I add this? What if I combine this with that? Like how? And then, going through school, I learned about baking and how to manipulate everything. So with what I was learning in school and what I was applying it to my granola bars and what I was observing on what sugars coagulate a lot better, what sugars are too sticky, what sugars, like what you can use, baking powder, baking soda, this and that. You learn the science of baking powder and baking soda. Well, I just took like at least a year to make batch after batch after batch. I'm like, okay, this one's harder, this one's stickier, this one I can't even chew on, this one's too chewy. And eventually to the point where my granola bars were coming out consistently thick and they were coming out hard and not hard, but like with a perfect bite. And the flavor was like, I had to work with the flavor. It was finally on point. And for the past couple months, I have been consistently making these granola bars where I hand them out to people and they're like, holy moly, like, just looking at it, like they're girthy. Oh. They're perfect. Yeah. Like I'm so proud of the fact that I have worked so hard to make this granola bar that you can buy at HEB if you wanted to, type thing. Yes. Like you bite into it and the flavor is not too much, not too little. Uh-huh. So yeah, I'm super excited about my granola bars.
Yes. No, yeah, because the running joke among, I think, one of the bigger brands in Nature Valley, I think it's called, is you open it and it just disintegrates
crumbles
before your eyes.
Oh my gosh, that drives me nuts. Yes. The Kind bars, I like the Kind bars, but when I bite into it, I literally have to like bend it and then just kind of like really put some power in my teeth to separate it type thing. So I didn't want to do that. No. And there are some granola bars that are really good, but I'm like, well, why don't I just make mine? Yeah. So yeah, it took me a while to finally get the perfect bite.
Wonderful. It's all through trial, error, experimentation to get the perfect granola bar.
Yes, I'm excited. Yes, they're packaged neatly and I have a logo ready to go. So wonderful. I'm stoked.
So are you just starting this off or where are you in this?
I am finally starting it off. Yes. I finally decided to go for it. Yes.
Okay, to our listeners who are just tuning in, we are in a wonderful, unexpected, and you'll see why at the end of the show, unexpected conversation with Sophie Sandroman, who is a pioneer in the local female skating scene. One of the first people in America to have a plant-based culinary degree and an entrepreneur with granola.
Yes, sir.
So let's go back to skating because when we were outside with our editor Gabriel, he was mentioning that in the Olympics, some of the greatest skaters in recent history were women. So could you tell us a little bit about skating beyond female skating beyond the Rio Grande Valley?
Ooh, one of my favorite skaters right now, she's also a surfer, is Sky Brown.
Ooh.
Sky Brown has been skating since she was a little girl. She was one of those social media, what do they call them? Like those social media influencers. Yes. Where there was this little girl, and I guess it was back in the 2020 days where she got real famous, or a little bit before that. She was ripping. She was dropping in on some walls, and she just started, she started doing tricks that other men were doing. And at that point, I guess people were noticing her, and I think if I'm not mistaken, she did enter the X Games.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I'm not too sure about the Olympics. I know there was other younger girls. I didn't follow the Olympics this year, but I did see, like, I didn't follow their names, but I did see some girls. And I mean, right now what the girls are doing, back then, if you wanted to skate and you were a female like me when I was a kid, I guess boys didn't take you seriously. You know, it was a boy thing. It was a punk thing.
Yeah.
It was a culture for men and boys. But as a girl, especially me growing up, like being into this stuff, you didn't see females like that. You were known as like a tomboy in school.
I see.
Now there are little girls that are dressing up like girls, but doing rad stuff.
Yeah.
and Sky Brown is one of them that I follow. That I'm like, man, this girl is good. I follow some rollerbladers like Fabiola, and but as far as skaters, there's this Brazilian girl. I don't know her name, but I think she entered the Olympics as well, and she was one of the top ones in the Olympics. I forget her name, but these girls are skating like the men out there, if not better. Like, you know, they're more agile. They do it more gracefully. And I mean, who doesn't want to see a beautiful girl on a board ripping like the guys?
There you go. They're paving their own way.
Yeah. So just recently, up like in the 2000s, the 2020s, like the female influence for skaters, thanks to social media, has risen, and now it is okay for a female to start skating at a young age. I missed my young age opportunity because I grew up in the 90s where it wasn't cool for girls. But right now you're seeing all these little girls starting their little influencing pages and stuff at a really young age, and now it's out there. It's out there. The girls are doing what the guys are doing now, and it's normal, which is freaking awesome. And that is where my friend Erica and I, we are, like you said, a pioneer of a growing movement. Where, you know, when we were young, we were the weird girls. We were the girls that were like, why is she skating? Like, why does she hang out with the guys? And now that we are seasoned into this, and people have seen us rise, now it's like, okay, we've got our respect, and now it's time for us to focus on the younger generation and encourage them to go after what they want. Because when we were young, we couldn't. So that's basically where 956 Wows is going.
Yes.
So like, I'm 100% like a cheerleader for all the little kids, especially the younger girls generation. I am a cheerleader for them, and I'm here to tell them, like, look, I'm too old sometimes to do some things because I am a mom and I don't want to break a bone. But by all means, like, do it. Like, I'm here to support you. I'm here to help you. My biggest thing is I'm a really good trainer. I may not be the best skater, but I have an eye for the training, like as far as like the form, the stance, where you put your foot, where you like little things like that. Move a little further, try this, next time try that. So that's basically what I do. Anytime I go to any skate park and I see girls skating, I introduce myself. I tell them, hey, I'm Sophie. Do you mind if I, like, first of all, I tell them high five for skating. This is so cool. Like, I love seeing this. They get excited. They start skating. I cheer them on. And I'm like, hey, do you want a little bit of advice? Do this, and this might get you somewhere. And they do, and they succeed. By the time you know it, I'm coaching them. I tell them, hey, this is my page, 956 Wows. Follow us. Can I get a video of you? I want to shout you out. And like, I'm trying to get girls excited because, you know, nowadays with the social media life, you like a shout out. You like to be on there because then your friends see you on a page and they're like, that's so cool. Like, she's a cool girl. And now she's a cool girl in school.
There you go.
And now everybody's like, oh, that's that skater girl that came out on that page. So like, I have that page for all these little skater girls to just be proud of their moment. Because if in a world where 90% of the skaters in the skate park are men and boys, you want to be that really cool chick, and you want to go in there with confidence saying, hey, I'm a girl, but I got this. I'm on a page. I got my my status. I belong here. This is what I'm going to do. And the guys respect you because you go in there with confidence, and guys see that you are doing your thing. They will add you part of that circle where, okay, it's that girl's time. Oh, we see her we see her on her board getting ready. We see her on a stance.
Yes.
Go for it. Because at a skate park, you have to take turns.
Right.
And if you're a girl, sometimes you're in the back saying, oh no, I'm not cool enough. I'm not good enough. Oh, what if I get made fun of? And then Sophie comes. Then Sophie comes and says, no, you are freaking awesome. I want to see what you got.
Yes.
And that's basically what I live for as far as the 956 wows. I'm here to tell the girls, you got this. You look cool. You own it. You belong here. You have a turn. That's the 956 wows.
That's amazing, Sophie.
Yeah.
Because we need leaders like you in all the niches, and I'm glad that you are fulfilling that in the skating world here 100%. In the Valley.
That is a very hard position to be in as a female. I mean, I've done it. I will go to a skate park in San Antonio or in Austin, and I'm like, okay, I'm a girl. Like, in my mind, there's a bunch of guys here. They're ripping. I'm a girl. I'm a surf skater. Like, you go in there with that like your heart's beating fast because you're intimidated, because you're like, what if?
Oh.
And like, as a female, you go in there and like, you're gonna feel like guys are just thinking, oh, it's a girl. So, like, now with all of these female skateboarders and everything out there, I think the Valley's always really slow in picking up on all of these things that are happening.
We can be a little traditional sometimes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And we're getting better now.
Sure.
We're modernizing. We're not the Brownsville that was 20 years ago. But obviously in every department, everyone needs a voice, and I'm excited to bring that to the Valley, at least the lower Valley, because I've gone to McAllen and it's a little different. The culture, it's different. Hidalgo, I like them, but I don't know. Like, I'm 100% lower 956 here. At least I have the reputation here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not to say that I won't in McAllen, because that's my next goal. Yeah.
But no, absolutely. We definitely need people like you to help include everyone. Because I'm sure there's a 1,000 young girls in our city that want to pick it up, but may not know where to go, who to look up to. But you said you have a page. Yeah,
and I have some friends that I went to high school with that tell me their daughter's into skateboarding. They show their daughter my page.
Yes.
And I will encourage them, and I've gone to meet with with my friends and meet these girls and tell them heck yeah, like that you're doing good, and I give them pointers, and by the time you know it, my friends are sending me messages saying, hey, look, she's doing this, she's doing that, and I freaking love seeing that. Like, I want to see younger girls into it at a younger age, because I want to see a Sky Brown here in the 956. Like, there are these two girls, Tamara and Danica, and they started in 2020. I think one of the girls is like a teenager now, and the other one is a preteen. But everybody in the lower RGV knows them. They call them the sisters. The sisters. And oh my goodness, when they are in the park, not only are they better than all the guys, for real, but they are respected.
Sure.
To the point where you step aside for them.
Yep.
Like, this one time I was in the bowl, and I'm just doing my surf skate, and I'm like, man, I feel like a complete idiot, because I get out, and then the girls go in, and they're just like full speed, going over the bone, doing these jumps and all this stuff.
They're
and
owning the bowl.
They own that bowl, and I mean, props to the dad, because he trains, and they deliver.
Oh, the dad's a skater too.
I think so. I think he used to skate. Yeah, he knows all of the old school skaters.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, they know him, and then now the girls skate, and it's like, that's what I want to see in the valley. I want more of them.
Mhm.
More of them.
Yes.
And if we could add surf skating to the mix. Yeah. Surf skating is definitely something that I'm trying to bring to the valley.
Yes.
Because they don't really know what it is. Lots of little
I do.
girls want to get a skateboard
Mhm.
and they want to do tricks, but they're too intimidated. It's too much for them. And I tell them, why do tricks when you could just cruise on a bowl?
Right.
Carve with speed, like feel free. So surf skating is definitely something that I feel like maybe the younger generation should try, especially the girls, because it's less impact and more liberating. I don't know. You just feel like you're free.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't really have to kick much. You don't have to, with skateboarding, you're stopping. You're lifting the board. You're constantly stopping and trying to do something. With surf skating, you can go and go and go and go and go and go, and especially in a bowl, never ever kick, and you just go, and it's the feeling, the speed, you put your headphones on and you just get in the moment there for like a good minute. And as opposed to skateboarding where you're constantly stopping, it's like basketball where you have to stop the clock.
Yeah.
Well, not surf skating. Surf skating, you just go. So yeah, I definitely encourage moms to look into surf skating because it's also less dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and then from there maybe they could pick up other variants. You're saying at the beginning that if you what were you saying, that surf skating is like jumping off the deep end, where if you pick it up you can transfer that those skills over to standard skating?
You can, but once you surf skate you'll see the difference.
Okay.
Surf skating, you have speed, lots of speed. And with skateboarding, because of the wheels are bigger, they're thicker, they're softer, so they allow for you to go faster. Like a skater can't go to the pump track with their tiny little wheels.
Okay.
It just won't pick up speed. But a surf skater can go in there, and because the wheels are softer, it grips more. Because the wheels are bigger, it rides faster. So yeah, there's differences. But I feel like once you start surf skating, it's hard to go back to skateboarding.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you skateboard, you can pick up on surf skating and probably do both.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Still, you say surf skating is more liberating.
But surf skating's easier.
It's easier.
And it's less dangerous because you're not constantly popping your board up and down. You're not going on rails. You're not hitting your shins on rails.
Ooh.
Like you are just carving with speed. Yeah. And if you can surf skate, you can go in the water and your style will be way more fluid than those surfers that don't surf skate.
I see.
Yeah. For sure. So it's definitely like a crossbreed sport.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it's another option for people that want to get into the skating scene, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Sophie, who do you credit the most to making you the woman you are today?
Who do I credit the most? I mean, the standard answer would be my parents. My parents. But you know what? I'm going to go with my son.
Your son. Wow.
Yeah, my son. I had problems when I was younger. And obviously my parents never let me do extreme sports. I was a girl. And when I had my son, I had to sober up. I've been sober for 9 years already.
Very good.
And I had to learn how to go through the trenches and learn how to be sober, and I had to learn how to do things on my own. I don't have help from the other parent. And with him, like without him, I would have probably given up and gone another direction.
I see.
But with him, I have learned that I need to do things the right way, and I need to do my hobbies in alignment with the rest of the adult responsibilities. So anytime that I feel like I want to stray off and go back to the old Sophie, I just mom it up.
Yep.
I mom it up. And now that he's older, he's going to be 14 years old. he and I are best friends.
Aww.
We're the best of friends. I can't wait for him to get out of school because when he gets out of school and I hear his voice, I'm complete again.
Oh.
And that's when I say, let's go do something fun. Or, you know, like I hustle during the day to work so that I can spend time with him.
Mm-hmm.
But I 100% credit the woman I am today. Mm-hmm. I credit it to my son for making me, without him doing it, he made me, but without him doing it, like a woman.
I see.
A woman. Yes. So definitely my son.
Oh, that's a beautiful answer. Sophie, are you ready for the final question?
Yes. Let's do it.
Sophie, it's the same final question I've asked everyone. Everyone's giving me incredible answers, and I want to hear what you have to say. Sophie, if you can imagine a giant coliseum, a giant stadium with 200,000 seats, which is the population of Brownsville, Texas. The only person in the community who is not in the seats is you, because you are in the middle and you're walking right down to the center of the stadium with a microphone in your hand. And you are there to tell each and every member of the city of Brownsville sitting around you something, a message. Within 1 to 2 minutes, what would that message be, Sophie?
Life is limited. 100%. It's finite.
Mm-hmm.
You can't leave this life wanting to do things you never did.
Mm-hmm.
You can't leave this life unfulfilled. So no matter whether you're rich or you're poor, whether you have it all or you don't, whether you're doing what you wanted to or didn't, no matter what, on this day, at this moment, right now, as soon as you leave this stadium, just live, feel good. And one thing that my dad always said when I was upset, just look up at the sky. Stop being mad. Look up at the sky. Check out the clouds. There's clouds up there. The birds are passing through. There's universe past this. There's so much to look up. There's so much life just by looking up. And you're worried about the one problem that you have when there's a million other things around you. Just look up at the sky and be grateful. So when I'm mad, I look up. And I think that y'all should just look up when you're mad, because that just checks you back into we're all connected.
Yeah.
So we need to keep peace in our own minds.
And the crowd roars.
And then I'll do a little fire dancing skit.
Yeah. and maybe some tricks.
and then carve in front of them.
Yeah, there you go. some sort of skating tricks. Sophie, I mentioned maybe 15 minutes ago that this was an unexpected conversation. For full transparency to our listeners, I thought we were going to get a different guest this morning. Oh,
no. You needed me.
Yes. Yeah, so then I thought, okay, the notes that I had this morning, bye-bye. I'm going to talk to Sophie for 5 minutes.
Let's just chill.
Yeah, for sure. Try to see what topics we'll be discussing. And wow, what an amazing, pleasant surprise of a conversation. I learned so much. You have no idea.
What did you learn?
From surf skating to being a thing, to plant-based culinary being a pioneer degree that, as you said, the 956 was a part of that little cohort.
Yes.
and how you're able to use that to be an entrepreneur. You are the leader that young girls and everyone really should look up to.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. I'll take that and I'll take it with me.
Yes. Sophie Sandroman, thank you for joining us today on Brownsville Matters.
Have a nice day, y'all.
How was that?
This is Michael Quantz with the Brownsville Society for the Performing Arts, here to tell you about our podcast, Brownsville Matters. Everyone in Brownsville has a story to tell, and these are the stories. We broadcast these stories every Friday at 5 p.m. and every Sunday at 3 p.m. on KXIQ 105.1 FM on your radio dial. You can also catch these stories rebroadcast on our YouTube channel for Brownsville Society for the Performing Arts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and smash the notifications if you want more information about these stories that you watch and listen to.